Tyson Fury has triggered his right to a rematch, and the second bout is scheduled to occur in Saudi Arabia at the end of this year. Recently, Carl Froch and Joy Egan talked about the rematch, and Egan thinks the Gypsy King will return stronger.
If he does it in the rematch, I think he can win because the flashes of brilliance was there.
He could be, it's a valid point, it could be valid. I'm not sure he can get back to his best, but he certainly wasn't at the best he could have been at when he...
George Groves also talked about the rematch and said he thinks the result won't change since Usyk will win it once more.
Them two fought again, Usyk will make the changes and the adaptation and be better again and beat Fury again. So it doesn't mean it's the same fight, but I think it's...
With some astounding revelations starting to surface, the boxing community is eagerly anticipating the rematch. So who does the expert panel think will win the rematch? After we defeat Oleksandr Usyk this weekend, stay tuned to see what we find in this video. After the battle, Tyson Fury did not take long to declare his intention for an instant rematch to exact revenge on his opponent. The Gypsy King said that he was surprised by the defeat and that he thought he was in the lead. Nevertheless, he said that he still had a rematch and that he would like to reverse the decision to not engage in combat.
In my opinion, and I'll be back. I've got a rematch clause. You know, I thank Jesus for all the victories he's given me. I've had a split decision loss for the good little man, and I thank him again. In the mighty name of Jesus, we go back home to our...
Michael Benson has now officially verified that the Gypsy King has reinstated his rematch clause, and his promoter Frank Warren has also made it known that things are still in motion to hold the second bout in October in Saudi Arabia. Following this announcement, fans quickly expressed their opinions, with many of them tipping Usyk to win the rematch. Users commented that Usyk knocks him out in the rematch and that Usyk might require a stoppage in the match. In order to set up the Fury vs. Joshua bout, the boxing world as a whole wanted Fury to win the opening bout. The rematch might resemble Canelo vs. GGG2. According to a third user, even though Usyk has consented to a rematch, Usyk will not let it go to the judges this time and will instead force him into retirement. In the post-fight interview, he probably won't fight it right away. Usyk was reluctant to talk about the impending rematch because he had trained for their first fight for 9 months. He disclosed, "My start was October 2023, November 2023, and December 9 months of work. I didn't celebrate the new year. I forgot my son's birthday. My second son's birthday passed me by. I didn't celebrate my daughter's birthday. My daughter was born, but I was not there. I was absent from every family holiday and every training session. I was only thinking about this fight, but I'm content now. I'm ready to return home." Usyk talked about his thoughts on the sacrifices he made in his life to further his career. In addition, Usyk suffered serious bruises from Fury during his victory, which he recently displayed. Following the fight, his promoter, Oleksandr, also provided some injury updates.
The condition of his jaw and how did that happen? What hospital is he headed to?
I don't know any hospital that can make the MRI or the other scanning just to give the...
Kropp gave in-depth details about Usyk post-fight injuries in an interview with Fight Hub TV. Kropp stressed that the jaw injury we suffered is a recurrent problem that needs to be treated by a doctor to avoid getting worse. In order to accurately diagnose the situation and make sure Usyk can stay healthy and get ready for a prospective rematch within a certain amount of time, he emphasized the importance of getting an MRI and other scans. Kropp made it clear that the wound is not a fractured mandible. He was certain that the required medical procedures would clarify the degree of the injuries and enable appropriate treatment, notwithstanding some conjecture. Kropp downplayed any serious worries, saying that although the injury requires care, it is manageable and shouldn't prevent Usyk from fighting in the future. Kropp questioned the referee's conduct throughout the fight and talked about Usyk's health. He maintained that Tyson Fury was essentially spared from a knockout, which Usyk would have won, by the referee's choice to award Fury a standing 8 count in the 9th round. Kropp said that this decision cost Usyk a knockout. In addition to addressing Usyk's role and significance in a broader context, particularly with regard to the continuing conflict in Ukraine, he felt that the win was unfair. He emphasized the importance of Usyk as a national symbol and an inspiration to the Ukrainian people. Kropp commended Usyk's tenacity and resolve, pointing him that his boxing accomplishments represent strength and hope for his homeland. He gave a thorough rundown of Usyk's remarkable career, detailing how he started boxing at the age of 15 and went on to win gold medals at the Olympics, European and World Amateur Championships, and national titles. Cross-specific Usyk's move to professional boxing, where he beat elite opponents to become the WBO Cruiserweight Champion and eventually unify the category. Although there was some doubt about Usyk's decision to enter the heavyweight class, he silenced his detractors by stopping Anthony Joshua twice, thereby solidifying his legend. Kruk emphasized Usyk's exceptional achievements. He noted that Usyk's accomplishments in several weight classes are exceptional and uncommon, and he underlined that the Ukrainian people, particularly during difficult times, find great significance in Usyk's path and victories beyond athletics. Thanks to his accomplishments, Usyk is now regarded as one of Ukraine's most well-known and respected personalities, both inside and outside of the sports world. The entire globe thinks that the UK's victory was an amazing accomplishment. I felt that Fury was clearly in the lead, after 7 rims, maybe 52 or something, and then Usyk just showed up again. But I mean, that's what you get. Frank Smith said the fight lived up to the anticipation of an undisputed heavyweight championship battle and called it a fantastic match. Smith said that Fury seemed to be in the lead by a wide margin after the first 7 rounds, leading 5 and 2 rounds respectively, but Usyk rallied strongly, displaying his skill and resiliency. Smith stated that he thought it was fair to win by a small margin. He said that there was some confusion during the judges' computation of the final scores, which sparked some rumors of a potentially contentious draw. But considering the huge stakes in the upcoming matches, he thought the judges were taking their time to make sure they made the right decision. Smith talked about the potential matchup between Anthony Joshua and either Usyk or Fury. He stressed that, regardless of the outcome of the fight, a matchup between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is still one of the biggest and most anticipated in the sport. According to Smith, Joshua's mindset confirms his status as one of the best fighters in the heavyweight class and demonstrates his willingness to challenge the best. Famous boxing coach Andre Rosier also offered his opinions on the match and the next one. He didn't increase the volume. He didn't do that. It was a change because Usyk was pushing the fight aggressively and he was endorsing the entire fight, which I didn't understand. Though Rosier first believed Fury would prevail, especially after the 3rd round when it appeared Fury was gaining the upper hand, he was not totally shocked by Usyk's triumph. Rosier attacked Fury's strategy, pointing out that his showboating and clowning, which included mimicking Roy Jones Jr. by putting his hands behind his back, were all a part of a terrible game plan. The fact that Fury was giving ground and not exerting any pressure confused him because, in his opinion, it played to his advantages. Rosier was notably taken aback by Usyk's ability to really injure Fury, especially in the 9th round. Even though Fury has been knocked out in the past, he has always shown resilience by being able to get back up and finish fights, the man noted. But Fury's style of fighting made him vulnerable in this fight, and Rosier surmised that Fury might not have trained hard enough, which resulted in the errors that IK took advantage of while talking about the rematch. Rose underlined that Fury must review his plan and make the necessary corrections. Instead of wasting time on pointless showboating, he should concentrate on exerting steady pressure. When asked about the UK's place in boxing history, Rosier said he thinks Fury has a strong chance of winning the rematch provided he follows these instructions and learns from the first fight, which is anticipated to happen in October. Usyk is the only fighter other than Evander Holyfield to be unbeaten in both the cruiserweight and heavyweight classes, a distinction Rosier recognized. Rosier, a top 20 heavyweight, expressed reluctance to place Usyk in the same class as the sport's greatest greats, arguing that Usyk's legacy isn't quite as great as that of Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali. In addition, Rosier discussed the current pound-for-pound competition and ranked Terence Crawford higher than Usyk, notwithstanding Usyk's most recent triumph. Praising Crawford's extraordinary abilities and potential to remain unchallenged in 3 weight classes, he said that it is a huge accomplishment for the heavyweight division's future. Rosier discussed possible political ramifications for boxing, including the prospect of Usyk losing his IBF title. He talked about possible fights with contenders Daniel Duo and Filip Hrgovic, and that he was confident Anthony Joshua could become a world-class fighter again. The boxing community doesn't think Fury will prevail in the rematch, but what do you anticipate happening? Tell us in the comments below. All of that for now. Remember to subscribe to the channel as well. To ensure that you never miss any more videos like this, turn on the bell for the most recent notifications. We appreciate your time and we'll see you in the next video.